Welcome to the Car Repair Hub once again. Today we'll be working on a 2017 Honda CR-V. This car came in with engine noise. When you start the car, it makes a lot of noise. So we traced the noise out to be from the compressor pulley. The bearing was choked up, but I will take you through the procedures, the step-by-step procedures, then you can fix this at your own shop and see how everything works together. So when you hear this thing first, you think it's the table that's making the noise. So if you want to know that it's not the table that is making the noise, you start by taking the belt off. When you take the belt off, and if it is the table, you are still going to hear the same sound. But if it is not the table and it is any other pulley or tensioner or alternator, you can use your stethoscope to check it out to see where the vibration is coming from. Then you can fix it. In most cases, if you just go to a shop, they'll tell you, hey, it's your alternator that is making noise. It's the pulley, it's the water pump. They'll be mentioning a lot of parts. I beg you, please do your diagnosis properly. At the end of the day, you cannot go and spend like 1,000 Ghana cedis on a water pump. Then after that, you will tell the person it's not a water pump, it's the alternator. Or you spend 2,000 to get a new alternator. At the end of the day, you tell them it's not the alternator that was making the noise, it was the table. So try and find where the noise is coming from. If you cannot, tell them you cannot see where the noise is coming from. It's better than taking some blames on yourself. If you cannot see where it's coming from, be honest with the person. I cannot see where the noise is coming from, even though it makes noise. So if you are a mechanic or you are a diagnostician, these are the steps you take. You start by doing isolation. There are a lot of noise that if you don't do isolation, you will not know what actually is making that particular noise. So we started by taking the belt off. There was no noise. I said, okay, let's remove the alternator to spin it and see if there's any noise coming. And it was perfectly fine. By using the stethoscope, I was thinking that it was the alternator. I was like 100% sure it was the alternator, but when I spin it, I feel like hey, this thing is perfect. There's nothing wrong with this alternator. So let's go down and check other things. When I spin the water pump, it was okay. The tensioner was okay. When I went down to the compressor, I was not even thinking it was that one. But when I went to the compressor to spin it, it was chunky. That compressor barely moves. So we have to take the compressor pulley out by taking the face plate out, the clutch out first. Then we take the roller out, then to check whether we can change the bearing or something else.
So this is how you get to remove the pulley. So you put a screwdriver against this bracket. Let's show them the bracket, this bracket, so that it will choke at the back of this nut. Then you pass it into the pulley head to choke at one of the corners. Then use a number 10L spanner to remove it. So now the pulleys have cracked it, so I have to just move the bolt. Then we'll see what is next, so you can pause it.
Alors, on peut gagner bien là. Comme de mes parents.
Okay. So now we are going to get the pulley itself out. So the pulley itself is out. Be careful, there's a washer inside there. Be careful so that it will not fall. So now the pulley itself is out. The next thing we will do is to remove this. Can you hear that? So we remove the pulley itself. So let me go and get a circuit plier to remove this. I'll be back in a minute. I'm back with my circle, so you need to use the open type to remove this locker over there. Okay, now the locker is almost out. Boy. My scooter too spoil. So the lock is out. So now how we are going to get the pulley out will be the main problem. Let me wiggle it a little bit. Right, this one, unless we hit them. So we have succeeded in removing the pulley. Trust me, it was not easy. I have to bring all these tools. You see all this hammer, this bar. The pulley couldn't get it out. So I have to bring the master tools, you understand? So this is the pulley. Can you bring the camera closer? A lot of struggle to get it out. The bearing is completely spoiled. Can you see from the inner? The bearing is completely spoiled. So we are going to get a new pulley, then we'll fix it on this. I'm hoping it should solve the problem. Yeah. So that's how we got to know that it was the compressor. So when you hear similar noise in your Honda vehicles, it might be the compressor, it might be something else, but you have to first check. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out and encourages us to make such videos. Thank you and see you in another one. This is the Car Repair Hub.